Hello, everyone. Welcome to Stories Across South America. I'm Maria, one of the founders of Across South America, and today we are heading into the heart of Chile and Argentina. Paul and Sally O'Connor join me from Australia. They are a dynamic couple who recently traveled with us through the breathtaking landscapes and rich culture. They will share stories, favorite moments, and what made this journey unforgettable. Let's dive in. Okay, wonderful. So, just what were the highlights? And like I was saying before, I know that this was your first time working with a travel agency and in South America. So I always like to know what made you decide working with us and what were the, highlights or...
Okay, how about you talk about why we decided to go with Maria?
The choice of working with Maria and Clara was driven by the fact that it was a specialist boutique focused business, women only in the business. There's something about the care and the empathy that is very strong. The curation of the trip, the flexibility that you presented options and were very open about us exploring ideas. And we had two situations on our trip where we went with our own accommodation options, but never once did we feel compromised or second rate or anything but loved and welcomed on this visit. So there was something about the opportunity of working with you and Clara it's about the warmth, it's about your passion, and it's about the personality of your business that comes through. It's first class, it's grounded, it's real, and it's a business owned by women, owned in family, supporting others, and it was truly caring.
And I think what we saw when you started planning the trip was the support that was around us. So we understood that we had a holiday where we had supports everywhere we turned. So we didn't have to go into the detail in a country where we weren't fluent in the language. In fact, I hardly spoke anything other than hola, came back with a little bit more. And, you would let us know when the driver was Spanish speaking and when the driver was, actually spoke English. We had a guide at nearly every point, and all of them were just so lovely. And having those touch points when we got into the airport was really reassuring. But also, we learned so much about the culture and about the politics 5 minutes in to the trip from those people who were driving us around. We learned very quickly about how passionate people are about South America and the politics that are within each of the countries that we visited. It was amazing. So we learned so much in those trips because of the special people who put us in touch with that we wouldn't have learned if we'd hopped into a cab out of the airport somewhere, because they had a connection. And beautiful Pablo, we had 3 times. We requested this one particular driver we could have back every time. So we developed a relationship. We understood his family. And so it was the connection with country that was so personal for us.
The warmth of the people. And it was in Chile, which is not your home country. But yet we felt like you and Clara were there, and not in any weird sense, but there was just this security that it was a WhatsApp message away. And the response times on WhatsApp was staggeringly quick.
Yeah.
We would no sooner have pressed send, and you would see the 3 dots come up, the ellipsis come up going, the team's onto it. They would come up. If they didn't have the answer, they would give us a time frame and they would commit to a resolution. They would inform us. They would check in. This was way more than logistics. This was about care This was about passion. This was about concern. This was about a vicarious desire for us to have a great time. We would share photographs. And so what happened for us is that we built, it was almost this instinctive response of sharing our journey and our pictures. And so we built this relationship with people who we'd not even yet met.
And we're still talking about them. This weekend, we've just been away because one of the guides wanted to know about wombats in Australia. So we're hunting down wombats where we just were on the weekend to be able to share that with one of the guides that we had experience with. Like,
yeah,
that was the connection that we had with those people.
So this is more than transactional, Maria. What you and Clara are building, have built and continue to build, it's grounded, it's real, it's personal, it's warmth, it's connection, it's about safety, it's about security. And despite all the stories we heard, we felt supported
and safe
and cared for by you and Clara and your team on the ground, making a difference, allowing us to spend every moment
together and enjoy it.
Yeah.
We didn't have to worry about any data. We left so many things behind in so many different places and they were chased up for us. I mean, when you're moving that often, it kind of happens, but
I know. That it's obviously you could relax.
Yeah.
We could relax.
Yeah.
And so the value for money that comes with that reassurance, with that knowledge, with the people you connected us with, like Carolina in Santiago, and that in-home dining experience, is money cannot buy that experience. Reassuring, it's comforting. Look, next year we go to a congress in Canada. It'll be a different experience because it's English speaking or French in part. We have family there. It'll be a different experience. But if ever we were going back to, and we will, to South America, we have no hesitation but to reach out to you and say, how can we do this? It is a first-class experience. It was affordable. The value for money was fantastic. And we acknowledge your engagement, your attention to detail, your flexibility, your innovation and your agility when things turned up. It was seamless and we felt safe.
Yeah. And we won't hesitate at all to recommend your service to other people that we know because it was outstanding.
Well, I really, really appreciate. Thank you so much. One last question, because that's what I always wonder in this process, because you talked about our business model and the way we work. Well, you know, because you've been through our process, and we always, as opposed to other companies, we always start with this first discovery call where we connect and meet you and understand what are you after and how we can help. At that stage, you don't know who we are, right? I mean, you've seen our website, you've seen we have a couple of videos, but I mean, there are reviews, but how is that? There is a point where you say, okay, we are happy to continue with you, or because at that moment you have to trust. And we have a lot of travelers who say we are so happy that we trusted and we follow our instinct. I'm always curious to know, I mean, you're coming from far away, and this issue of, I don't know, safety. And
I think it was the reassurance. So the video call gave us an insight into who you are as people. And what we saw after that was your response and you understanding that this is what we want. So, there was quite a few times when you sent out an itinerary and Paul would feed back and sort of say, this is not quite us. You adjusted it every time without question, really, understanding. So it wasn't just the video call that made the difference. It was actually feedback as we went along where you adjusted things to our requirements or our suggestions.
It's the authenticity, the consistency of how you presented your brand and your service promise on the video, and how at every moment it was backed up consistently over time with different team members. And it didn't matter which team member or which associate company we were working with. We were working with Travels of Chile. Great. But it was like you were there and we knew that there was quality. So it's the authenticity, the consistency that reinforces that instinct. So that instinct of going, yeah, well, this is good. This is different. This is accessible. It's grounded. It's real, is then backed up every day, every email, every communication, each experience, all the people is backing up and reinforcing the value and the service promise of your brand. And it's done very well. It's done without complexity. It's done with authenticity. It's done with warmth and love. We congratulate you on what you have. Do not lose it. It is precious. Keep it special. Keep it real. And you will do well.
And to simplify that, I would just say we asked for a cultural cuisine experience. It's absolutely what, like 2 kilos later. And a massive appreciation for the Chardonnays over there. That's exactly what we got. And every time we ate somewhere or tasted the wine, it was just a massive appreciation for the fact that you'd listened to us. So that's exactly what we experienced. And it was just, it was just beautiful.
It's heartwarming. It's beautiful. You have something special. Honor it. Don't distort it. Stay true.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can't ask for any better.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and that.
Danada.
Ta-da. So we started in 2007. So
Wow.
long time ago. And obviously we had our ups and downs. But what you're saying, Paul, I love it, because we always said, if we can't do it the way we love to do it, we just don't want to do it. And after so many years, I think that's why we always say we don't work with a lot of travelers. We just keep it small. And if we can connect and you can really appreciate what we're doing, we are happy. And if we are not able, because we have more than what we can handle, then that's fine. We are honest about it. Thanks for the feedback. We won't lose our
your brand.
Yeah. So thanks again. It's really wonderful.
Danada. We've discovered beautiful wine and food in Chile and Argentina. We now have a depth of understanding of the appreciation of your beautiful country, your language, your food, your politics, your history, the passion with which you live life, the passion that as a rugby union referee, I now understand why is it that the Los Pumas are so passionate about their football, or whether it's in the soccer. Guys,
you're right.
Are amazing. We love your work. We look forward to working with you again.
Well, the same, totally the same. I will pass all this feedback to everyone. Thank you once again. It was beautiful to talk to you, and we'll make sure that you recover your iPad.
Thank you.
Who knows how we will get there? We don't know, but
yeah, that's precious. Thank you. Have a beautiful day today on your birthday.
Muchas gracias. Buenas tardes.
Gracias a ustedes.
Bye.
Ciao.
If you loved this episode, you can subscribe to the podcast and share it with a fellow traveler or why not, an entrepreneur. You can find us at across-southamerica.com and on Instagram at across-South-America. And if you're dreaming of your own handcrafted journey, reach out. We'd love to help. Gracias and see you soon. Nos vemos pronto, and let's keep the stories going.